They told you to get a good job. You got one. They told you to work hard. You did. They told you that if you showed up, put in the time, proved your value, the salary would follow. And it did. Not all at once. Not the way you imagined it at 22. But it followed. A raise here, a promotion there, a title change that came with an extra $8,000 a year before tax. You did everything they said. And somewhere around 31, sitting in a car in a parking garage after a Tuesday that felt exactly like the Monday before it, you started doing the math. And the math said something nobody warned you about. The salary was always the ceiling. You just thought it was the floor. You are making $74,000 a year. That is not nothing. That is a number that would have seemed impossible to you at 19, working a register at a hardware store, counting down to closing time. $74,000 a year is $6,166 a month before tax. After federal, state, Social Security, Medicare, you are taking home somewhere around $4,400. The number that hits your account every 2 weeks is $2,200. You know this number the way you know your own face. You have organized your entire life around it. Here is the problem nobody named out loud. $4,400 a month is not wealth. It is not even the beginning of wealth. It is a number that, spent correctly, keeps you stable. Spent the way most people spend it. The way the system is designed to be spent, it keeps you exactly where you are, moving forward in the small ways, upgrading in the incremental ways, never falling behind enough to panic, never getting far enough ahead to feel free. This is the trap, not poverty, not failure, stability. The trap is a salary that is just good enough that you never have to build anything else. Think about what a salary actually is. It is a fixed payment in exchange for a fixed unit of your time. You give 40 hours. They give 1,123s. Every week, reliably, predictably, for as long as both parties agree to continue the arrangement. And the arrangement feels safe because it is safe. The check comes. The benefits are there. The 401k match exists even if you only contribute enough to get it. The salary is a contract, and contracts feel like security. What they actually are is a ceiling with very good lighting, because here is what the salary cannot do. It cannot compound. It cannot earn while you sleep. It cannot scale beyond what one person can produce in 40 hours. A salary grows only when someone above you decides it should, and that decision happens once a year if you are lucky, involves a conversation you have to prepare for, and results in a number that is almost always between 2% and 6%. Inflation is running at 3.4%. Your 4% raise this year was actually a 0.6% raise in real terms. You celebrated it anyway because the alternative was to look at what that means over time, and that is not a calculation most people make voluntarily. Your father worked for the same company for 31 years. He retired with a pension and a party in the break room and a card signed by people he had known for 2 decades. That world is gone. The pension is gone. The 31-year career at one company is gone. What replaced it was the 401k, which is a retirement system that transferred all the risk from the employer to you, and the promise that if you contributed enough and the market cooperated and you didn't touch it for 40 years, you would be okay. Maybe, depending on what okay means by then. This is what they replaced your father's security with. A maybe. You are not angry about this. Anger is not useful here. What is useful is clarity. The clarity that the salary, on its own, was never designed to make you wealthy. It was designed to make you functional, productive, a contributing participant in an economy that needs you to spend what you earn so that the people who own the things you buy can accumulate the difference. The salary keeps you in the game. It does not put you ahead of it. The people who got ahead understood something early that most people figure out too late, if they figure it out at all. They understood that the salary is the starting capital, not the destination, not the reward, the raw material, what you build with it, underneath it, alongside it, before it has a chance to become rent and groceries, and the car payment and the subscription you forgot to cancel. That is the actual game. The salary is just the entry fee. Marcus works 3 desks down from you. Same company, 4 years longer, makes $81,000. He drives a 2018 Civic with 88,000 miles on it. He brings lunch in a container his wife packed or he made himself the night before. He has never mentioned a vacation that cost more than $2,000. From the outside, Marcus looks like a man who is doing okay. Not wealthy, not building toward anything dramatic, just okay. Marcus owns a duplex. He bought it 6 years ago for $124,000 in a neighborhood 2 counties over. It rents for $1,850 a month total, both units. After the mortgage, taxes, insurance, and a maintenance reserve, it nets him $520 a month. Marcus also has a brokerage account he started at 27 with $3,000 and has added to automatically every month since. The balance is $94,000. He has never talked about either of these things at work, not once. You found out about the duplex because his tenant called the office number by mistake looking for him and left a voicemail about a leaky faucet. You found out about the brokerage account because you asked him directly after the duplex, and he told you the way people tell you things they consider unremarkable. Marcus's salary is $81,000. Marcus's net worth is not $81,000. It is not $810,000. It is somewhere above that and growing in 3 directions simultaneously, and none of those directions require Marcus to do anything on a Tuesday afternoon except exist. That is the difference. The salary is one direction, one stream, one ceiling. Marcus has 3. The salary feeds the system. The system runs without him. Here is the version of the math they should have shown you at 22. If you take $600 a month, not $840, not $1,000, just $600, and you put it into a total market index fund starting at 25, and you do not touch it for 30 years at a 7% average annual return, you will have approximately $680,000 at 55. $680,000 at a 4% withdrawal rate generates $27,200 a year. That is not retirement money by itself, but $27,200 a year from an investment account plus $520 a month from a rental property plus whatever Social Security pays by then plus whatever you have in your 401k. Now you are talking about a number that changes what the word optional means. What you have to do versus what you choose to do. The salary keeps you in the room. The architecture gives you the door. Nobody showed you this math at 22. Not because it was hidden, because it was boring, because compound interest does not make a good story until 25 years have passed and the number is undeniable. Because a duplex in a neighborhood 2 counties over is not a conversation starter. Because the index fund with a 0.03% expense ratio does not have a marketing budget. The things that actually build wealth are profoundly, structurally uninteresting to talk about. And the things that are interesting to talk about, the stock picks, the crypto plays, the side hustle that scaled, the founder who sold at 34, those are the exceptions, so rare they function as lottery tickets with better branding. You are not going to be the exception. Most people are not. The people who retire early, who have options at 50 that they did not have at 30, who can say no to a job or a client or a situation without the floor dropping out. They are almost never the exception. They are the ones who took the boring math seriously at 27 and left it alone for 20 years. The salary told you that if you earned more, everything would resolve. So you earned more, and the apartment got better, and the car got newer, and the restaurants got nicer, and the credit card balance stayed roughly the same because the spending expanded to meet whatever room the raise created. This is not a character flaw. This is the system working exactly as designed. The economy needs you to spend. The economy rewards you for spending with the feeling of arrival. And the feeling of arrival is just real enough, just often enough, to keep you from asking the question underneath it. The question is this: if you stopped earning your salary tomorrow, if the job ended, the check stopped, the arrangement dissolved, how long could you sustain your life from what you have already built? Not from savings, from income-generating assets, from things that earn without you. For most people on a salary, the answer is measured in weeks, sometimes days. The salary is not security, it is a dependency. And dependencies have a way of feeling like freedom, right up until the moment they don't. You are 31. You are sitting in a parking garage on a Tuesday that felt like every Tuesday before it. The math you are running is uncomfortable, and you did not ask for it, and nobody warned you that this was coming, but you are running it anyway. And that is the beginning of something, not a revolution, not a dramatic reinvention. Just a question asked clearly for the first time, without flinching from the answer. What am I actually building here? Not what am I earning? What am I building? The salary was never the trap because it was bad. It was the trap because it was good enough to live on, good enough to feel like progress, good enough that you never had to build anything underneath it, until you did the math. And the math said the same thing Marcus's duplex said, the same thing James's index fund said, the same thing every boring, invisible, unimpressive financial decision made by ordinary people over long periods of time eventually says. The ceiling was always there. You just thought it was sky. If this landed somewhere real for you, subscribe. This channel does one thing: takes the financial truth most people feel but can't name and walks through it until it's clear. That's it. New video every week. Button is below. And in the comments, tell me the moment you first realized your salary had a ceiling. Not when you looked it up, the moment you felt it. That comment section is where this channel lives.